Hello everyone, welcome back to the crack testing interview. How to pass parameters from the testng.xml file to our test cases. So in today's sessions, we are going to understand this concept in testng. This is very common interview question and also very important concept when you are building a real-time automation framework. So let us understand this step by step. So why do we need parameter? So first question is why do we even need to pass parameter from testng.xml? So let us say inside your test cases, right? So here I hard-coded something like a browser name. Here I have hard-coded a browser name equal to Firefox or you can add a Chrome, right? So this is the value I have hard-coded over here. Here I have created a method for launching the browser, right? So here I am printing the value, that is the browser name. Whatever it is coming, it is going to print. Then here we have added a logical condition. If the browser name equal to Chrome, then you have to print the launching Chrome browser. If the browser name equal to Firefox, then you have to print launching the Firefox browser. Okay. So let me run this one and I'll show you. Now it is going to print the launching Chrome, right? Because here we have given a Chrome. So it's going to print the Chrome browser. Now if I'm changing the Firefox, right? Then it is going to print launching a Firefox browser, right? So let's go here. See now it's printing launching Firefox browser. So in real time, when you are executing the code in Chrome, suppose if it is a Chrome, right? So now the next day, right? The tomorrow, if you want to run the same test in a Firefox, what you will do? You have to open the Java file and change the code. Okay, like this. Now Chrome and Firefox, right? But this is not a good framework design. Okay, instead of hard coding the value inside the Java file, right? We should make our test configurable. That means we should be able to change the values without touching this Java code. Okay, that is where testng.xml parameterization coming into the picture. Okay, so how to define parameter in testng.xml? So let me show you that step by step. First, if you want to add a parameter, just go to the testng.xml file, right? Here you can add one of the tag names. You can add a parameter. See here you need to pass the name and value. Right here we need to pass the name and value. So name is a browser and value is a Chrome. Right? So here browser is the parameter name and Chrome is the value we are passing. This means we are telling testng when you execute this test, pass the value Chrome for the parameter browser. Right? So now how to receive this parameter in Java class? Now the next step what we have to do, here we need to add one of the annotation called @parameter. Right? So here you can add parameters. So now you can import these packages. It's coming from testng. So here you can add the name. So name what we have given over here, name is the browser, right? So the same name you can give, right? So now this is the way we need to pass. Now no need this one. So instead of the browser name, here we can pass string browser name, right? So inside the method, we are creating that, we are passing the parameter browser name. Okay. So now whatever the value is coming from the testng.xml, right, will be stored inside the browser name. Okay. So if the value is a Chrome, browser name will contain Chrome. If the value is Firefox, the browser name will contain Firefox. Okay. Let me explain that complete flow clearly. So first step, what we have to do, testng.xml file, right? testng.xml file, send the value Chrome. Okay. The step 2, add parameter annotation, right? This is receive the value. And step 3, this method argument, store the value. Okay. So testng.xml is sending, @parameter annotation is connecting, @method argument is receiving the value. Okay, this is what your complete cycle. Okay, now let us run this. So when you run the code, you should not run from your Java class because the parameter, the values are coming from the testng.xml, right? So you have to run from here. So you can run testng suite. So now we are passing a Chrome. So it's going to execute from the Chrome only. See now it's launching the Chrome browser. Now if I'm changing to Firefox. So let us run again. So now here browser name is a Firefox launching a browser to Firefox browser. Okay, this is the way we have to pass the value, right? Now suppose if you are running the code from here, what will happen? So let's run this, run from here. See now, it's a failure, right? See, parameter browser is required. So we are not getting any value from the for the argument, right? So it is going to throw you the error. Because always we have to make sure when you are passing the parameter, right, from the testng.xml, then you have to run from the testng.xml only. Okay. So this is, a small mistake the beginner will used to do. We have to make sure when you are passing the parameter from the testng.xml, you have to run from the testng.xml only. Right. Okay, now this is a simple example. Now I'll show you that in real time. Okay, let us understand the real time example. In Selenium framework, right, we normally initialize the browser inside the setup method. So I have created a base class over here. So in the base class, we have created a method called setup method, right? Here I am passing the browser and here I am same logic here we have added. And also we are going to launch the Chrome browser and the Firefox browser based on the value, right? So based on the value in the testng.xml, we are going to launch the Chrome browser or Firefox browser and navigate to that Google site and we are maximizing the window. So this is the setup method. So this is initial setup we are doing, right? So here I have created a two test cases, right? So one and two test cases. The first test cases I just wanted to get the title and the second test cases I want to get the current URL and validate. Okay, so usually we write the condition logic here, right? We are write the condition logic over here. If the browser is Chrome, launch Chrome browser. If the browser is Firefox, then launch the Firefox. Now tomorrow if I want to execute the same framework in Firefox, I just change the value inside the testng.xml only. No need to touch the Java code. This is called configurable framework design. Okay, and companies always expect this level of flexibility. So we can add a multiple parameter also, right? Here I have added only one parameter, right? So if you want to add, you can add a multiple parameter also. So let's go here. I can add a one more parameter. So now, if suppose I want to pass even URL also. Sometimes, you will be getting a different URL, right? UAT and QA URL or staging URL, different URL. So you can, if the condition is like that, then you can add a URL also here, right? So you can add a URL and just you can pass this one, right? So inside the parameter, what we have to do? So now here you can add a curly brace, comma, and you can add URL. Open, closed, curly brace. This is the way we have to add. So order doesn't match, then TestNG will going to throw error. Okay, order should match always. This is very common mistake beginner used to make. Okay, so here we have done that, this is the test level parameter we are passing, right? Instead of one test classes, imagine we have a multiple test cases. Now here I have created two test cases. In real project, like we may have a 50 or 100 test classes. So now we don't want to define the browser parameter inside the every class, every test class. So instead of that, what we can do, we can define the parameter at the suit level. Okay. So now let's come cut this. I'll add a suit level I have added over here. Right. So this is the way we can define the parameter. Even you can define a parameter in the class level or you can define a parameter at the suit level. Okay. If you are having a multiple test cases. Okay. Now here we have a two test cases, right? So if you are adding a parameter in the suit level, so it will going to execute, the browser here it is going to pass into the suit base class. Then we can execute all the test cases also. Okay, both classes will automatically receive the same browser values. Okay, but instead of repeating the setup code, both classes, creating a one base class. Inside the base class, I am writing the setup method. using add parameter browser. So now both the test classes will going to execute. Okay. So what happening here? Suite is sending browser value, right? And base class is receiving the browser value and the URL. All the test classes inherit the setup from base class. This is called centralized configurable. Okay, centralized configuration. This is exactly how automation frameworks are structured in companies. Okay, if tomorrow I want to run everything in Firefox, then I just go and change it in the testng.xml only. No need to touch the 50 test classes. Okay, this is called scalable framework design. If you define a parameter inside the suit tag, right, that the parameter will be available for all the test classes. Okay, this is very useful when you want to, one browser configuration for entire suite. Okay, so since the parameter is inside the suite, it will be available for all the test classes inside the suite. So now if you want to run the code, so what I can do, I can go here. I just wanted to change that, right? So the test case 1 and test case 2. This is class name, package name and class name, right? So I can say test case 1. I'll be adding one more class. Test case 2, right? So now let's run from here, okay? Here I'll check it out one more time. So the URL browser also here we have given. So here I'll just pass this. You can pass the URL. So here we need to pass, right? String URL. So here you can pass the URL. Here we have to define first, right? So this argument will going to receive store the values. Then it is going to pass the value inside the classes. So let's run from here now. So here we have given a Firefox, right? So it's going to open a Firefox browser first. So it's opening the Firefox browser and it's navigating google.com, right? Okay. So now let us change that. So see here, two test cases pass. First it is title of the page and get the URL of the page, right? So the same way, now I just wanted to change it to Chrome. Let's run again. It's opening the Chrome browser and it's navigate to the google.com. So this is the way we have to execute, right? So what happened when we run the testng.xml to send the browser name, right? The Chrome or Firefox. Base class receive it. Chrome open, Google open, test class 1 run and test class 2 also running and both use the same browser configuration. See, it's executed. Why this is powerful? Instead of writing the setup in every class, changing the browser in multiple places, right? We define a parameter once. It control entire suite from one place, right? Meaning that it follow the proper framework design. So let me quickly tell you that common mistake, beginner will do, right? Number one is the forgetting to use the add parameter annotation, right? So second thing is order mismatch between the XML and the method arguments. So here we have given XML, right? The browser and the URL. The same order we need to go with here, right? Order if it is mismatched, then you are going to get the error, right? The next thing is running the class directly instead of running .testng.xml file. Okay, directly inside that class if you are running, you will getting the exception only. Always remember, if you are using a parameter, you must run using testng.xml file only. Okay, in interview also you may face how do you pass the browser value dynamically, right? You can confidently say that we use testng.xml parameterization with the add parameter annotation. Okay, and receive the value inside the setup method. That shows you understand the framework level design. So this is how pass the parameter from testng.xml to our test cases. Okay. So this concept is very important if you want to design a flexible automation framework. Okay. If you found this useful, share it with your friends and subscribe for more real-time automation content. So thank you and I'll see you in the next video.